Hey, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at the mod Extra Rails, which just adds a little bit extra tracks or rails into the Minecraft game. So, let's take a look. Okay, so the first track we'll be looking at today is the direction rail. Now, the direction rail will change the direction of the minecart. It can be placed in any one of the 4 directions. For example, it can go in any one of those. And by default, it does nothing. It acts as a normal track. However, when applied with a redstone signal, it'll activate the rail and let it change the direction of the minecart going over top of it. We can see this here. You can see that by default, if we send the rail cut on as well, it'll end up getting to the end here and bypassing these 2 direction rails are in place. However, if we go down here and we apply a redstone signal to this guy and activate it, and we send it on its way, the cart will now stop and change direction towards the way the arrow is facing. If, however, we now activate this guy and we put a cart down, send it on its way, it'll now bounce between the 2 because it does get a slight momentum from the directional rail. Now, one thing to note about these is you can only place them on a straight ahead. So, for example, you can see here I've got a straight track going forward. You cannot join the direction rail on a 90-degree turn of the existing rail. The next piece of track we'll be looking at is the locking rail. The locking rail stops a minecart just before the rail is placed, which, when we activate this button, will send it at quite a fast speed and then it stops. This is the locking rail right here. And when activated, it'll send the cart on its way again. The next rail we're going to look at is the wooden rail. And you see, a wooden rail will slow minecarts down. So you can see we've got the same setup here with 3 powered rails followed by a piece of rail. And they just head off into another block. One is a wooden track and the other one is a rail track. If we go over here and press the button, you'll see that one rail goes much faster than the other one. Next track we'll be looking at is the Comparator track, which works similar to a redstone comparator, and by default your vanilla tracks, you have your detector rail, and that will detect a minecart of any sort, player, chest, whatever, going over top of it, and it will send out a full strength rail signal. For example, if we send out this track, you'll see as it goes over, it activates all the redstone lamps under here. Now, the comparator rail works in a similar way, except for when it travels over it, this minecart won't do anything because there is nothing in it. So we send it on its way, and it ends up doing nothing because there's nothing in the minecart. So when it hits this comparator rail, there is no signal produced. However, if we place down a minecart with chest, and let's put 64 detector rails in there, you'll see that the signal strength changes based on how many items are in there. Once again, we'll take these guys out, go over here, do another test, and this time we will place in just a whole bunch of random stuff that I have in my inventory, send on its way again, and you'll see that the signal strength is now higher. So that will provide a really cool item detection system which will allow you to route your items based on how full your cart is. Quite a cool little feature right there. But one of the coolest features is the teleporting rail. Now the teleporting rail, as you can see, we have a small problem here in this pyramid. Doesn't look too healthy to cross that. However, we can hop on this rail and safely transport ourselves across. Here we go! So as you can imagine, by its name, the teleporting rail will teleport you from one track to the next one. Now, it only works in one direction, so you have to be able to place it there, facing this way, or join up to this track, because it's facing the same direction. If, however, you have this track facing this way, and this track facing this way, it won't work. And the same applies to this one here. It actually won't work because it was only ever placed in this configuration. And because we're now going to go back this configuration, it won't work. And, oh no, we fell into lava. So, there you have it. That's the extra rails mod. Pretty basic mod, but some really cool features. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and want to see more content, hit subscribe. If you've got any questions, comments, suggestions, or just want to say hi, leave a comment down below. But otherwise, have a great day, and see ya!